Hello, everybody. It is Al Knight, and welcome to something that's a little bit different. It's not a reaction. Um, in these videos, this series, I've yet to give it a name. Like, I'm sure I will come up with something. But in this series of videos that I plan to start doing, I will be talking about whatever's been on my mind that week. Well, same. I'll do one of these a week because they're quick, they're free form. There's a lot of prep that has to go into. They're easy to record. But yeah, in this series of videos, I'm going to talk about like games and in real life stuff. The only thing I won't talk about is politics. That is the only thing I will not talk about in this series of videos. So yeah, but it's just like my thoughts on certain games and on certain things and what I don't know what it'll be. It'll be whatever's on my mind, been on my mind the most uh that week is probably how I will do it. If you guys don't know, I love The Sims. I played The Sims 3 so much. I got all the expansions on a recent Christmas, all $100 worth, and there's even more expensive with all the stuff that Sims 4 has. Oh boy, hopefully that Life by You will come out and will be really good, so we'll finally have some competition. And we can start, actually trying to improve their game. But, it's EA. They're always going to try to squeeze every last penny out of you. But recently they had a Black Friday sale in which a lot of like the really earlier expansions are only like $16. Of course, if you want to get in on that, you'll have to do it quick because it ends on the 28th. But yeah, so I bought three new expansions, and over these next few videos, that's what I'm going to be talking about. Just my thoughts on these expansions, what I like, what I don't like, and I will be explaining what exactly they are for people who don't play The Sims or maybe considering it. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the Pro University, or gosh, I forgot the title of it already. Um, yeah, this is the upgraded version that they did for The Sims 3. Of course, The Sims 3 had their University Life expansion. A lot of things changed. Instead of there being one singular university, there are now two universities. Brightchester University and the other one's name I forgot. Firestone? Something like that. University. And both are different schools. However, they both have the same degrees. And this is also something I like to bring up and cut on here. I recommend that before you get Pro University expansion, that you get unlock most of the careers through the expansions and have like all the new stuff that they added in there because the careers like law, an engineer is a new career that you can have. A lot of new stuff added. So I really recommend you get those new jobs, like get those before because that's basically what each of the degrees has. Now, each school has the same degrees. However, the programs are different. One school, they have the basic degrees and then they have distinguished degrees. Now, the only way to get a distinguished degree is that you have to have a high level in the skills that pertain to that degree. That is how you will get a distinguished degree. And of course, that's really hard to do when you're starting off with a new sim, so that's definitely like a second generation thing. Um, but yeah, that's basically how these work. And of course, if you graduate with one of these degrees, they give you boosts in the careers that are under them. They'll let you start midway through those careers, more simoleons, vacation days, everything else. It basically just cuts down a lot of the time and you'll make more money. Um, but yeah, so that's kind of what it is. And like the way they upgrade it is pretty impressive. Like instead of their scholarships now, instead of like just the typical take the aptitude test and try to get a scholarship and credits and stuff, um it's now you apply but you also apply for scholarships separately, and these like there's more scholarships to get. Like you can apply for these scholarships and you may or you may not get these scholarships. And of course, these scholarships can be based around your skills, They can be, oh, sorry, cat scratching at the couch again. Yeah, he ran away. But yeah, so I'm sorry for that bit of a distraction right there. Try to get back track of what I was talking about. You apply for these scholarships, and sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. One of them, it can be based on your income. Another one can be for that particular city that you live in. I've gotten it once, and I've never gotten it again, no matter how many times I've applied for it. I think you actually have to live within the community for a certain time to get it. But yeah, like that's very impressive that you actually apply, and then of course you pick your university, what degree you want, you know, what your housing arrangement's going to be. Usually there are two residence halls, one like house, kind of sorority house kind of living space. You can also go to college from your house. You don't even have to go. You can be a commuter. Only thing is you'll miss out on a lot of the expansion stuff from that early on, but it is a viable option if you can't get the scholarships. So yeah, you choose between one of the two. Like Brightchester is like kind of those old school universities with a long labeled history, like your Princetons, your Yales, your Harvards, kind of stuff like those that have been around for a long time and have more of that kind of traditional 1800s kind of college style. Like the college I went to had a lot of those style of buildings that they're definitely old. And the other one, which is I believe Firestone, it's the modern university. It has more high tech of a campus. It looks more fancy. It has like bot events and stuff like that. It's very technology. Like the only one I could probably compare it to is UCLA. Um, that's the biggest college I can do, and they have this like fun little rivalry, and you can partake in that rivalry. You could go to the other school and you can like yarn up their statues and like put up your banners on their stadiums and like run around and say we we rule you drool to like the students of that. So it's another thing I really like about it. The way they enhanced it is like the it actually feels like you're going to university. There's like interaction, you have events, you have student organizations. Of course, you don't have clubs. You do have to have the get together expansion for that, which is probably the next one, the next chance I have the money to spare on it, because the only reason I got this is I'll definitely be getting that one that can enhance it even more because now you have clubs that you can join and stuff like that. But yeah, the student organizations and like one of them's kind of the jock, the sports, tribe, like school pride, kind of stuff like that. And you can be a member of that. And they're not really the same. They have different names. Like the only two of them that are pretty similar. And then you have like the speech and debate. You have the bot organization at the Modern University, while Brightchester you have the speech and debate, art, like a lot of the traditional stuff, while the other school is very like high tech, stuff like that. Basically, within these organizations, you complete tasks from the organization. Like if you're part of the Brightchester Spirit Corps, which one of my Sims is a part of, that's from attending their events, do cheering, taking selfies with your mascot, hanging out, like participating in cheers, stuff like that. And basically, for doing these tasks, you get points and you increase your rank within that organization. And with each rank you get, I believe there's three ranks for each organization. You get special stuff, special interactions. You get posters, clothes, stuff like that, which you can use in like your future design of the Sims. Yeah, so there's that. Just so much new stuff. The credit system is kind of different. It's pretty much the same. I wouldn't say it's that different. You need 12 credits to graduate, which means you need 12 classes, whether those be elective or core classes that pertain to your degree. And of course, I really like what they did with the class in this one. They feel way more diverse. There's way more degrees that they have. So yeah, just it is a good upgrade. You actually have to give presentations, write college term papers for certain classes, do your homework. But yeah, it definitely feels more live. It feels like an actual community. You have actual dining hall, which we'll get into that. But yeah, overall, like I like the experience. Like the residence halls are much more big. There are many more students on these campuses, like, and you actually can like walk around this huge. The campus is more tight and compact in these ones. A lot of the buildings are within the same area, but like that area is really well designed. Like you have the quad in the middle, and then you have all the buildings around and everything. So yeah, it just like it definitely feels like you're part of a community. Now, there is a caveat to this. We're starting to get into the things I don't like. The things I really just do not like. There's one big thing that gets in its way. It's too much of a grind. Like just doing your homework for like four classes. If you take four classes, the grind is ridiculous. And I get it's like, but that's how college really is. And I'm like, okay, but this isn't college, this is a video game. And the problem is in order to, it feels like in order without modding, because I modded the hell out of it to make it more enjoyable. I can't really remember the name of the mods off the top of my head. I'll probably post them in a comment in the bottom section. But it's like, it feels like in order to get good grades, you have to completely abscond from the social aspect, the organization aspect, so you can get the stuff you need to get done and turned in, so you get a good grade. And by that time, the term's already over. So yeah, that's what I'd say is the biggest problem is you will need to mod it, unfortunately. And modding, it really isn't that hard. There's a great site called Mod The Sims. Really, it's just downloading, extracting it, looking for the mods folder, and there's plenty of guides and just paste them in. That's really all you have to do. Now, some of them are a little different because if they have add-ons, sometimes you're only supposed to download one or it's not going to work. Also, this game updates so much that the mods are constantly have to be updated and updated and updated all the time, man. One second. Just been talking like crazy here. But yeah, like it was just too much of a grind. And that's what really held it all back. It was a great update, a lot of great things, but the main thing is it feels like you have to choose. Do you want to be social and get decent grades, or do you want to be like a completely antisocial and get A pluses? Also, another thing that I don't like is how you get food. In the old Sims University Life expansion, you had a kitchen in your dining hall where you could cook things. And that made a lot of sense. You want to cook there, but they took those away. There's no way to get food from your dorm itself. So you have to walk away all to the student union so you can eat. And mind you, this is on top of all the grinding you have to do. Like they went a little overboard with it. And that they really should have scaled it back significantly and like offered alternatives. Now you can order pizza, which is what I recommend doing. If your sim gets hungry, just order pizza. Like, yeah, your sim may get fat, but it's like it's just really annoying. You have to walk all the way and waste all this time. They could be socializing, you could be getting your work done. Like, oh my gosh. But yeah, delivery is definitely the way to go. But yeah, I think that's all I really wanted to talk about. I haven't really gotten too knee deep into the next three expansion packs yet, which I'll come back to those when I have gotten more knee deep. And since I have the next 4 days off, I'll be playing a lot and trying to experience that. But yeah, I think that's really all I have to talk about here. Sorry if this first one seemed a bit disorganized. I'm going to try to keep. One thing I need to do is I need to keep a list of reminders of like stuff that I'm probably going to need to know there so I can look at it and like, sorry guys, I have ADHD. It's just how it goes. And I'm not really trying to make this professional video essay. This is literally me just talking. Um, and trying to lay all my ideas out there for you guys. But I'll try to improve it as much as I can, make it more clear and cohesive. before I do this next video. But I want to know, do you guys also play The Sims? And if you have you played this expansion? And if you have, I would love to know your thoughts. So, yeah, that's my kind of reaction slash review of the Sims 4 Pro University expansion. Overall, it's a B minus, or is it a C plus? It's somewhere along those lines. There's just that grind really holds it back. Like you have to mod it so like the homework doesn't take as long, the presentations don't take that as long. And then once you have that, like you're good. You can participate in everything. But it was really bad base, non-modded. It is just not a it's not the best expansion. The Sims University Life of the expansion, way better. But that'll do it. So thank you all for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to Brony Time for more content. Also, make sure to share this video far and wide so our channel's been growing steadily. And let's keep it growing. Happy Thanksgiving, and I'll see you all next time.